We are entering year 2 of Hooked on East Texas, a project meant to highlight and protect one of the greatest natural resources of East Texas, our lakes and our fisheries. In tonight's Hooked on East Texas, we highlight some of the stories we brought you over the last year.
Hit him, hit him, hit him!
So that's an alligator gar, and it's 70 years old.
You're in the class.
The whole purpose of this study is really trying to get some information out to the anglers about what fish in a heavily pressured water body like Lake Fork do throughout the whole year.
Hooked on East Texas is about science. For instance, we hooked up with biologists doing research on the habits of big bass on Lake Fork.
I think another really interesting component is how little most of these fish move, whether they're shallow or deep fish. We've seen some of these fish stay within a 200-yard radius throughout the entire year.
This year, we explored blotchy bass syndrome. It's mystifying anglers and scientists.
We just want to make sure that it isn't going to negatively impact the fisheries because this is our job. We want to make sure that people have healthy, quality fisheries to fish forever.
Speaking of generations, centuries ago, mammoth prehistoric paddlefish thrived in Caddo Lake. But habitat change saw paddlefish disappear. Now there's an effort to bring back this fish that is older than dinosaurs.
This is a prehistoric fish, and to be able to see a living dinosaur, absolutely beautiful.
Not beautiful and not welcome on Caddo Lake, an invasive species known as giant salvinia. Biologists showed us this growing problem.
So if you don't have the sunlight getting into the water, plants aren't producing oxygen, then you have lower oxygen underneath these real thick mats. And then fish don't like it, and it just creates a problem.
Algae blooms are also troublesome, especially during the second hottest summer in East Texas. The city of Lufkin learned that firsthand. What role do you think climate change plays in the growth of this algae?
Our research so far has told us that the algae bloom really does produce with extreme heat.
We also highlighted an effort underway at the University of Texas at Tyler to put a sort of smartwatch on fish to measure water quality. But it wasn't always science. We celebrated some big catches. This was a banner year for Texas's famed ShareLunker program, entering its 37th year.
So what we're trying to do is to target these trophy-sized bass and to continue to produce those in larger quantities for more anglers to catch throughout our fisheries in Texas.
We also celebrated Harold Hosack, the 80-year-old retired theoretical physicist. We found him fishing at the Texas Freshwater Fisheries Center in Athens, but his work is out of this world.
I worked on the imagers that went into, there was a program called Galileo that went to Jupiter. The group that I ran, we built the imager. There was only one imager in that system, and we built that system.
And we found young anglers who already sound like pros.
Yeah, anything topwater right now should work since it's coming out of spring season. But usually if you want to expand in season, use a sexy shad crankbait and it'll get set.
We took you inside Skeeter Boats in Kilgore and Cream Lures in Tyler, both well-known names in the world of fishing. And along the way, we caught fish. A lot of fish.
Yeah, that's what we're producing today.
Nicely done.
That is a good one, Pierce.
There he is. That's a good one, too.
There you go.
Whoa!
That's an East Texas water hole.
Look at that. That is a big fish.